It's just he was never going to get you the numbers.
I don't think. What then? Aguero. I think Aguero and Suarez are probably two of the most complete strikers in recent football history, man. Like both of them. Like even though stylistically,
Suarez for me goes down as the greatest of our generation. Yeah.
Hey yo, we're on the road to 1K. 60% of you are not even subscribed. Get hitting that button. Come on, man. Don't shake the thing. You already know the shit. La la la.
As in terms of number 9s. Our
generation. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I don't know, him or Aguero. I'm not sure who I'd give it to.
Suarez easy.
I'll take Suarez. There's a few men that I'll take over Aguero still.
I think Aguero goes very underrated. Though.
He goes underrated.
What he's done in the league.
It's crazy, but
he scored some very
at the same time,
game ratio, big games.
Yeah, no, 100%. At the same
games.
time, but at the same time, there are other strikers that I would take that I believe could bring you the same output, or even a bit more.
What then Aguero?
Yeah.
But Aguero wasn't pure goal scoring. That's why I don't.
It wasn't pure goal scorer.
Yeah, I know. I hear that, but
so if you're gonna say you're gonna give me a guy that scored more than him, I can point to the fact that Aguero got at least 10 assists a season, at least.
okay, but if we're being frankly honest, Harry Kane's a better all-round player than him.
Then Aguero.
Yes.
I'll take Harry Kane over Aguero. I'll take Harry Kane over a lot of strikers.
I'll take Harry Kane over Aguero.
I think. What?
I wouldn't be surprised if you disagree. It wouldn't shock me. I'll be real with you.
No, but there's no harm in disagreeing.
No, 100%. It is a matter of opinion. But if we're gonna break it down properly, Harry Kane is the better footballer. I'll be real.
Then at least give me your argument for
he's a better passer. He can play the deep line role better than Aguero. He holds the ball up better than Aguero. His goal to game ratio is better than Aguero.
No, I don't think he is. I think Aguero's got the best in the Prem.
I think he was, I think he was. Like, I just prefer Harry Kane's all-round play, and in my opinion, Harry Kane's the type of striker that you can put in any team, in any squad, and he walks easy.
He's gonna love life with Sane and
Do you get what I'm saying?
Gnabry and Coleman in his team.
And you don't feel like you could have done the same with Aguero?
And I feel like because of the Latino style a bit, when like he comes into his phase, you could see there was a bit of a dip.
Well, he had loads of problems. He had heart problems.
No, the heart problems came at the end. That was what made him retire.
Yeah, but I didn't think his form dipped much after.
Nah, he was
Aguero
was very consistent over his whole period.
Aguero's last 2 seasons at City, he was in and out of the team.
Yeah, but that was
that's purely down to Pep.
No, he also picked up a whole lot of injuries and whatnot.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what my point is as well. When it comes down towards the years of like, Kane doesn't look like he's letting up.
So where do you rate Aguero in our generation of strikers? For your opinion,
4th.
From the top of my head,
4th.
Easy.
And who
He should be
Suarez,
top 5 easy.
Benzema.
Yeah.
Benzema's a bit ahead of our generation, though, don't you think?
No.
I mean,
you'd think that because of how early he came into football, but
yeah.
He's not. He's technically still our generation.
Well, no, Benz is definitely ahead.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's not like I'm putting wild people ahead of Aguero, innit? Like the people that I'm putting ahead of Aguero, like there's a good argument for it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Benz is so good, yeah, but I feel like his last 2-3 years, I think there's a lot of recency bias towards him as well. Because as much as he done all the hard work for when Ronaldo was there, this and that,
he did go through patches.
His numbers as a striker has never been that great up until recently.
No, before he joined Madrid, he was putting up the numbers that we saw from him.
Yeah, but for how long? Because he joined Madrid at 19?
He put it up for 2 seasons in Lyon. He even won Ligue 1 with them, bro. Like, he was doing bits, bro. Like,
yeah, but if you go over his whole career now...
Yeah, he had there was his up and down moments. There was a lot of up and down moments. There was a period where he was even getting dropped for, like, Higuain and...
But this is why I feel like Aguero, for me, can't even go that low in my top 5. Because I look at Kane's quantity and sample size of his goals, innit?
He's got everything.
But you know the problem I have with his goal scoring record? A lot of the goals are insignificant goals.
Yeah, but that's because he's playing for an insignificant team.
No, but I'm not even... Okay, cool, yeah, in terms of the challenge in front.
And for him to be doing that at Tottenham says a lot about him.
It means you don't rate... Because if that's the aspect, you can't...
What I'm saying
you really wouldn't rate Shearer.
No, but what I'm saying is, scoring goals with pressure and your goals are winning you the league or winning you the FA Cup or winning you.
Yeah, fair enough. I hear that.
It's a complete different, like, weight on your mental than it is to be scoring a hat trick against West Ham for no purpose. Like, there is no. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, but he's doing his job, innit?
No, I know.
In a game of football, what's the hardest thing to do? Is to score a goal.
No, 100. But what I'm saying is, we can't neglect.
And he's got every single type of goal in his locker.
If you go to Tottenham fans, they'll say to you, in their opinion, because of the stature of what's going on with the club, they will say to you his goals wasn't really relevant because a lot of our targets were always top four. And because of his goals, they got them top 4 position.
Yeah, because if you look at their goals,
if you look at
their
Spurs
goals, his goals
Harry
meant a
Kane's
lot.
hitting every
But
target.
there's no evidence to suggest that he could have hacked the pressure of needing to score title-winning goals or like serious trophy-winning goals.
Fair enough, because he hasn't really had. He had that
That's
one.
my- that's
that
my
was a
point.
Champions League final, which
That's-
he done nothing. But
He-
that's
no,
half
he-
injured.
We've seen
played more than half injured.
We've seen
bro.
really
Yeah.
good strikers, league strikers, not performing finals or not performing the last 3 games of the league where their goals are going to get
Really
them
and
over the
truly,
line.
there's probably
Like, it's a
one
different kind of
striker.
mentality.
In our generation, maybe just a bit before, and that's Drogba when it comes to cup
Yeah,
finals.
big game. Yeah, big game.
Yeah,
That's the ultimate
I
big
already
game.
gave you the stat about Drogba's
Yeah,
goals.
that's the
In-
ultimate big game player. When it comes to
66% of his goals came in either against the top 4 semi-finals, knockout stages, or finals. So when it and it's one of the main reasons why I'm always praising Drogba, because Drogba can go with a season of 6 goals in the league, but I can guarantee you this: all them 6 goals are coming against at least the top 4.
Yeah, true.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if Drogba goes for a blimp, he'll go for his blimp, but there's one thing you're guaranteed: he'll score against Arsenal, he'll score against one of the other big teams, and if Chelsea are in a semi-final or a cup final, he will score.
Yeah, facts, 100%.
Because last season where he left Chelsea and won the Champions League, he was having a bad goal scoring season. But when it came to all the big games, he scored. And I hear that the argument with what you're saying about Kane, in it, but
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Because
I completely
important
hear it,
goals
but-
and non-important goals is a completely different psychology.
yeah, and you're gonna
but
you're gonna see it now.
How you
innit?
determine
But-
importance is different for every single club.
It's
For
legit
Tottenham to be getting top 4 consistently over a certain period of time, yeah, that's big.
They were getting it 6 years back to back.
Spurs.
Spurs, bro.
Let's not forget
They made a name for
they
themselves.
They still had a run at the league like at least twice in that era.
Once.
Once.
And it was the Leicester year. Well, that they never had another run for the league.
But that's not a team you'd ever put.
Down to go for a run for the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Even them making Champions League, although he didn't play a big role in it because he missed the semis, he came back in the finals half injured, which was big. Like when
It was a big
when he
thing.
came back and he started in that final, I was gassed because I knew playing Harry Kane against Liverpool in that final, knowing he's not fully fit, it suits our defenders.
no, 100%. So when it comes to it, like, you gotta think of it this way: he made Tottenham relevant, and it made everybody think that Tottenham was a big 6 club.
Yeah.
When it's just not. It's not. Tottenham has no right to be in the top 6, but because Harry Kane was there and he was dragging them through the mud and dirt, like, he just made them relevant.
Well,
And
last season,
I think it's a disrespect to his name because of the way people see him, because of the pure fact, he just scored goals for Tottenham.
Last
Uh,
season,
He banked
how,
30.
how bad were Tottenham? And he banged 30.
They didn't even finish in the top 8 position, bro. Like, I think they
banged
finished
30
8th.
goals. I think they finished
8th.
Did
They
miss
just
8th?
they finished 8th. They just missed out on conference.
Yeah. And for him to bag 30,
To be honest,
if it wasn't for Haaland, everyone would be going on about
How many goals came
yeah.
back?
Listen, I think because of the caliber of striker we're comparing him to, it can't be disrespect. I think any striker in the same sentence as Drogba's or Benzema's or Aguero's, you can never call it disrespect. But for me, with Harry Kane, it will always be what ifs for me, and that's why I can't give him top spot, because I have to judge what's in front of me. Innit? I know, like, to go and perform in a Champions League final, or it's good down to the wire, I'm neck and neck with United, yeah, and Drogba's goals are giving us the Premier League title, like, or Rooney's goals are giving United the title, that kind of mental is completely different to just scoring goals for the sake of scoring.
Yeah,
goals.
100%. But at
And
the
then
same
that's
time,
why I can't give him like
his
first or
teams were
second
never
spot.
built the way a Rooney's team was built, or where a Drogba's
No, I mean,
team was built.
but
You need to remember, yeah,
I understand
and
that.
they say this, obviously we don't go to Spurs games. So when you listen to people that go to Spurs games on a weekly basis, and even commentators say this, and pundits who are in the stadium and hear it, when it comes to crunch time in their games, you can only hear one thing in the stadium, and that is give it to Harry.
No, it's not.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where with Chelsea, if Drogba's not going to score, you still had Lampard who could score from midfield, or Mata, or whoever you had on the wings. Do you get what I'm saying? With United, it's the same thing.
Listen, he's
But
still got time.
With Spurs, it
He's
was
still got,
purely
he's still
Harry
got
Kane.
time. But if I don't see him score any important goals at Bayern, I can't put him.
You can't even just go about the whole thing, or it's just his goals, like his overall game. Like, you need to remember, Harry Kane goes past people like they're not there, and he's not even fast, bro.
Yeah, but listen,
I think his overall game is probably the best.
It is the best. It is the best.
you
bro.
think he's more complete than Drogba?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a much better goal scorer. There's levels.
And
As sick
he's
as
a much
Drogba is,
better
when it comes to
passer.
scoring goals, Harry Kane is there.
Up there, bro. It's not even scoring goals. He creates as much as he scores. And this is what people forget about Harry Kane. If you put two runners off Harry Kane perfectly...
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
He showed a perfect
you
example in the league game.
You see, if he went to a PSG right now, yeah, with the fact of Dembele and Mbappe, because they're going to move Mbappe, they're going to move Mbappe out to the left-hand side now, yeah? Bro, it's literally perfect.
But now he's got Sane, Coleman, Gnabry.
It's even perfect still.
I don't know. Me personally, I'd still take Drogba over him, but obviously it's just because I don't need a striker that's going to score 30. Because, like you said, the whole Chelsea teams are always built with goal scoring in midfield.
That was before.
That was before. Since Drogba retired, since you lost Diego Costa,
Who's been
under
scoring
Conte,
goals?
you've had no proper goal scorer out there.
Yeah, but you know the thing.
If you
about,
put Harry Kane in any one of your teams,
you know the thing
you do
about
something.
Drogba. The thing about Drogba is Drogba didn't need to score to win a game. He could bully a back four by himself, yeah, and that alone would win us the game. And that's why for me, it's like Drogba did so many things to allow us to win games during that era. His goal, like whether he scored or not, wasn't the most important factor. Don't get me wrong, he had a habit of scoring in big games, but there was so many games Drogba won without even putting the ball back.
I think Harry Kane's a little bit more composed than Drogba as well.
Composed.
Yeah, especially in his mind aspect. If Drogba gets rattled, he'll get rattled. And I've seen it. Look at his sending off in the Champions League final against United, bro. He slapped Vidic because he literally got rattled by the rest of the teams. When Drogba gets rattled, Drogba's rattled.
I like passion in my strikers.
No, 100%.
I don't want
You would like
somebody that's
passion,
gonna be-
but you're not gonna like it when he doesn't score, gets himself sent off, which he's done because he's let emotions get to him in the game.
Yeah, but Harry Kane's never been in them positions to see how he.
No, he has, but he's taken himself out of them positions. He has.
But
you genuinely just need to watch Tottenham games more. I watched him on the pure fact that it was Harry Kane. Bro, Harry Kane's been in bare of them situations. He just doesn't let it get to him. He's genuinely one of the most coolest cucumbers on the pitch, bro.
We had a strong rivalry back then, yeah, and we was constantly in finals against each other. I just don't think Harry Kane has been put in that kind of competitive environment to even see how he'd react in like competitive finals back to back against his main rivals. I don't know, like. You know what I mean? He might have lost his head.
No, but
or
you say
something.
that, but look at him in North London derbies.
Bro.
That's their biggest rivalry, Arsenal Spurs. And he does well every majority of the time.
No, he does. Bro, listen, I'm not.
So if you're looking at competitive games, that's the biggest game
but
for Spurs every single season.
Arsenal a team at the time that's going to make Harry lose his head, no?
No, but it's not even about that. It doesn't matter.
That.
It does, when it comes to derbies, just the game changes just like that.
Because there's been many moments.
It doesn't matter how good your team is or how bad your team is.
Exploded with violence and whatnot. Harry Kane's the last person you see get booked or sent off, bro. It's because he knows what he's doing.
No. Like I said, you're entitled to a preferred Kane as a striker. Me personally, I wouldn't take him over Drogba, but I just obviously, for me, it's just I just feel like Drogba was more than goals, and for me,
Harry's more than goals.
No, if I want a striker for a final, I'm taking Drogba. Between the two, I'm taking Drogba. There's no question about that. There's not even no debate about that. But if I'm looking at overall, I think Kane edges it for me. And that's no disrespect to Drogba.
Over 38 games, yeah. Because them 30 goals will still win you a league title.
Yeah.
Like if you put him in for example, you put him in Arsenal's team last season with them 30 goals, My guy, you could actually say they win the league.
He's getting more than 30 goals.
Exactly.
Easy.
You could even slap him in United's third place team last season. You could say United could have given a bit of a better push than they did. Harry Kane does stuff like that. But obviously we don't realise and speak about it because on the pure fact that he's at Tottenham Hotspur, isn't it?
No,
And he'll
I've watched Harry for a number of years. It's just like for me, like I said, for Drogba, it's a bit more than just the goals. I think that the Champions League win in 2012 is an advert for why it's always going to be Drogba for me. It's just, I don't know.
No, I hear it.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear it.
He basically won that final by himself.
Yeah.
By
It
himself.
was his goals. It was his goals.
Not
though.
even just his aura, everything.
No,
Like,
because
everything.
I remember that game and there was a large majority of it you were getting dominated by Bayern, bro.
That's why I said
because his goal came right.
That's
Yeah,
why-
his goal came right the last.
That's why I
second
said
from
it.
set
That's
piece.
why I never said we went there and dominated the game at all. I said it was literally his aura, everything that won that game. He won that game from the comeback, from the header when he rose above the entire Bayern defense, put in to the last penalty kick again to actually win the trophy. Brother, he won the trophy. I don't think Chelsea didn't win that CL. Drogba won that CL. I'm being serious, bro. No cap. He won that CL single-handedly.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, he had no choice after getting sent off in the last CL final, didn't he?
Well, it was last hurrah, bro. He knew like it's either now or never.
Yeah, that was his only chance. That was his last chance.
Oh yeah. Well, on that note, let's start the show. Welcome back to the garage, everybody. A bit of a quiet episode today, innit? No shouting, no nothing. Actually, not even many, man. But we're literally going to be here talking about the Premier League fixtures that are coming up. Friday's kicking off with Chelsea Luton, and then the big game on Sunday between Liverpool and Newcastle. So with that being said, I'm going to introduce my cast. To my right, the one and only Mr. Chelsea representative, Bridge Brigade.
Bridge Brigade.
Brigade, my man.
Oh yeah, we're not even gonna tell them the backstory for that one because obviously I'm still working on that. They'll see it all in due time.
Yeah. When it's up and fully running, your app will get changed from AJ to Bridge Brigade.
Yeah, you guys
So
will see that
people
new
follow you
handle.
there.
Yeah, they'll get that because obviously I'm trying to separate the personal to the professional. You know what I mean? So, but no introduction needed. Chelsea's perspective, AJ. These days a lot more hated in group chat. You know what I mean? I think I deserve the title of Mr. Controversial these days. I don't think Mikey deserves any more.
His title's gone now, innit?
Yeah, I think Mikey just comes in to drop a few lines every now and then.
Yeah, but the thing is with his lines that he'll come and drop in, they'll still cause controversy and he'll leave. That's why you have to still give him the name because he'll come, drop a bit of controversy and he'll leave. It's not like you where he'll just sit there and argue his point. He'll literally just leave. Like, I've done my job. I've riled everyone.
Yeah, like he said that Man United were going to win the Prem this season. Even though he said it to troll me.
He definitely said that to troll you. to his right.
Did you say that?
Yeah, but
I don't even remember if he said that.
He was, but then he said something dumb at the end of it, like, yeah, now you know how I feel when you say Chelsea's good or something like. So I know he was trolling. He was trolling.
He was trying to give you his definition of what you did.
Yeah.
I hear it. But to his right, newly locked on Bridge.
I'm back. Missed the last few episodes. We're back with a bang.
Yeah, man. Congratulations also.
The only 3-point collector in this room.
Are hard.
You know what I mean?
I hear that. Congratulations.
How much do you cop these ones?
110.
No, these ones are cold
Oh,
still.
the New Balances.
The New Balances, dim ones are very nice.
But yeah, with that all being said, it's hot, you know. I'm
So-
sweating.
I ain't said
turn off
nothing.
the
I
AC?
saw
It's
nothing.
because of the sound in it. We'll turn on the AC soon, don't you worry. Bro, it's boiling. It's the lights and stuff in it. But with that being said, let's get on with the show. So, first game of the weekend is Friday. Starts off with Chelsea after their horrible loss to West Ham. It's against Luton Town, who are still yet to play at home, by the way.
They play next Friday.
I think that's when the stadium will be up to.
But I'm not a fan of these Friday fixtures.
Neither am I. I don't know why they put all of us on the Friday fixtures. Bears. We've had Friday fixtures for the last 3 weeks.
Season started off on a Friday.
Yeah. And the following
Last
Friday
week
we
was
had
a
a
Friday.
game.
This week is a Friday. Next week,
What time is it on
Luton are
Friday?
playing
8
again
PM?
on a Friday.
Yeah, Luton are playing at home again the following week on a Friday.
Is that
It's
finish
8
at
o'clock.
8 p.m? 8 yeah.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Perfect. I finished by 8 anyway.
8 o'clock kickoff versus
Watch on the way
Luton.
home. And then
So tell us, what do you expect for that game? Well, Enzo to run the midfield again? No, definitely should be running against Luton. So you really do it.
You got to collect your first 3 points this
Yeah.
year. You have to. It's a must.
I actually think Enzo, I'm not worried about Enzo. I think Enzo's run every single midfield he's come up against so far in the
No
2
against
games.
West Ham.
He bossed West Ham's midfield. West
Yeah,
Ham-
he can hold the ball, but his
Bro,
output was nothing.
Listen, anyone that watches, if
His
you watch,
output was nothing.
if you-
Don't do this because I
West
watched the
Ham
whole
didn't
game.
do West Ham didn't do nothing.
Is that why they scored 3 goals?
Bro, listen, we can go back and forth.
You
about
can't
this.
say West Ham didn't do nothing when they scored 3
didn't
goals.
do not from a
Paqueta had them, man.
from a footballing perspective. You can't tell me they done anything.
They scored 3 goals.
They scored-
How does that make sense? This is why I get frustrated with you. You say to me they
Man,
didn't do anything,
man,
but they
I'm
banged
saying-
3
it's gonna
goals.
Be a
saying-
quiet episode,
I'm
guys.
saying it on the camera. Look, yeah. Listen, first goal they scored was a corner.
Yeah.
Not from domination, not from beating us in our midfield battle, not from nothing.
The first 5 minutes, they
didn't beat-
were
no,
playing.
they-
They had position. They
if
were still
you-
taking
if you-
shots. They didn't get their corners just by miraculously see a Chelsea player kicking it out, did they?
Bro, I don't know what game.
I don't know what game you were watching.
to see a midfield battle won, but every single pundit that I personally saw regarding that game said exactly the same thing. First half, Chelsea dominated. Like
Towards the last 20 minutes, you had West Ham on ropes.
I never saw a single pundit that said first half West Ham done nothing. Like they didn't do nothing. For me, you know my fault on conceding the header. Poor. Yeah. For me, even the first goal, open play, again was against the run of play. At that point, it was like almost approaching the 70th minute. All I had seen is them man put 11 man behind the ball.
Did they score in the 17th minute?
It was like 68th or 70th minute.
But
Something
do you know what the problem is, yeah?
No,
There's
they scored in the 7th minute.
No, I'm talking about the open goal play.
The second one, 53rd.
53rd, yeah.
But do you know what the problem is? And it's been your problem for a long time. It doesn't matter how many games you dominate. If you don't score, you don't win.
I'm not taking that away from the game at
So
all.
I see why you see so many positives out of Chelsea, because even when you lot played us, after the first 20, 30 minutes, that whole game was Chelsea. We didn't do nothing. But I knew in the back of my head, Chelsea are not a team that scores a lot of goals, especially against Liverpool. Now, if you don't sort that out, and that's been your problem for a long, long time now, then it's a big problem, because how can you spend £1 billion and you don't have a prolific striker up front?
That's one thing.
It's all good
That's
to have.
one
Like,
thing
yeah, it's all
a lot
good to
of
have.
people-
All,
That's one thing a lot of people said you should have got in the last 2 weeks.
No, but you know what? It's all good to have all these youngsters, and I see what you're doing because you've got the perfect manager for it. But
you need some
you can't
experience
spend that much money and not get yourself a bagsman.
and you need a bit of experience in there as well.
I don't think we need experience.
No, there's experience here and there in that team. You still got Thiago Silva.
Because
Reece James being about. You still got
we won without experience.
Well,
We've won without experience. We
Reece
can win again
James
without experience. It's not.
Has been about, but he's always injured.
Experience is when like the last time we got top 4 and won the Champions League. We don't have experience. Like, well, we did have experience, but we had the same.
You had Thiago Silva.
We had the same blend of experience and
James,
youth that we have now. It's
yeah.
not no different. Like, you know what I mean? So I know kids can do the job. Like, I'm not worried about that. For me,
Kids can do the job, but kids also do need a bit of someone who's been there and like.
Even if it's someone that's not starting, you
yeah,
need people in the dressing room.
what I don't know. What are you for me? If you want a team that's gonna compete next 2-3 seasons, then I agree with you, man. I don't really care about competing the next 2-3 seasons. I care about building a team that can compete for the next 10 seasons, and I mean compete, not compete as in compete for top 6.
No, I hear that. No, I hear.
Compete for the Premier League and
that's-
compete with Real Madrid.
That's exact.
Because when you get to the point where our clubs have all got to, yeah, there is no point in every now and then winning a Premier League anymore. That should not be the template for our clubs. I'm sorry, to see City come in and get 5 out of 6 Premier Leagues, like, and they're not even a legacy club yet. Like they've just becoming a legacy club. There's no way you can turn around and say for where United was, for where Chelsea was, for where Liverpool have been, you can feel comfortable with your team competing with one serious piece of silverware every 3 seasons. Like, no, like if you're building now and you're building for a successful club, your idea for a successful club should be a team that is trying to compete for first, second, and compete with Real Madrid in Europe every single season. Otherwise, what are you building?
There's competing, but winning 1 trophy every 3 seasons.
I'm not saying it's
amazing.
bad, but I'm saying
I would take that. I would grab that and run.
over building a team like City's team that can go at it every single season.
No, but if my team is winning something 1 every 3 seasons,
I'm not saying it's a failure, but I'm saying, is that your personal aspiration for your team? Because mine is...
No, because you're still going to be competing within them 3 seasons. But if I'm taking 1 every 3, I'm happy. I'm not complaining. Because doing what City are doing now,
I'm not...
What City are doing now is just dominant. Like now, the rest of the league's getting stronger. You might get closer. They'll still be favourites this season for the title because no one's really up to that standard. And they've got the best.
We've all seen it as well.
They've got the best coach manager in the world.
I don't know. Maybe
and you've seen.
I'm saying it because obviously
it's not the first time it's happened in the Premier League.
Yeah, there's been United have done it.
No,
where they've not finished lower than second or third for about 20 years.
But Fergie only finished third twice.
I'm saying it because obviously we've won a major trophy every 3 years. Going back, what you're looking at?
Mourinho.
No, you even go back to 2012 Champions League, yeah, 2017
bring it up?
Premier League,
So she don't get any
2000.
mistakes.
I think 2015
Prem.
2017 Prem.
No, 15 was your last Prem.
Was it?
Yeah.
Didn't they win one under Conte at 17?
Conte was 15.
Are you sure it's not 17?
No, it was 15, isn't
I
it?
think so. It's 15 or 17.
I'm pretty sure Conte was 17. And 15 was still Mourinho.
No, because if I'm not mistaken, 17 was Leicester.
Yeah. Conte was the year.
check.
15-16 was Conte, or 16-17.
I'm sure 15-16 was Mourinho was in charge.
Of who?
What year did you
Chelsea.
say since 2010, is it? Did you say?
Yeah,
Or...
yeah, 2010.
12. 12 was the Champions League, innit?
2012 was Champions League. 2015 or 17 was Premier League.
Okay, 2014-15 Premier League. That was Mourinho.
I said it.
16-17
Was Conte.
Was Conte.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
every
something
free
like that.
season, because we've got 4 Prems in the last, almost the last 10 years. 3 in the last 10.
3 in
4 in the
one.
last
You've got
13.
5
Your
Prems.
last one before 2010 was 2006.
And then
Oh,
you
is
won.
that how
That
long?
was
Yeah.
back to back, so you got 5 Prems.
Oh yeah.
You've got 5 Prems in total. Since 2010, you've won a Premier League 3 times. You've
But this
won the FA Cup 3 times.
That's what I'm saying. We've won.
You've won the League
we've
Cup.
won cups every season.
You've won the League Cup once.
That's why for
You've
me,
won the Europa League
Once Champions League.
twice.
Europa League
twice since 2010.
Europa League 2019,
and then the Champions
Super
League
Cup
twice.
2001, 2021, Club World Cup 2021, UCL 2021. So we have won. We have won.
You
a
didn't win the
trophy.
Super Cup the year after 2013, surprisingly. I remember you.
No,
didn't.
not in 2013.
I remember because Rafa
2021.
Benitez was in charge.
We
at the
got
time.
beat, bro. I remember.
Yeah, Rafa Benitez was in charge.
We got beat, bro. I remember that season. Yeah, of course. And I still think to this day he set us up.
Huh?
I still think today he set us up because of that Mourinho rivalry when he told his missus to basically
To watch.
focus on my man losing weight.
Basically, alright, cool. Let's get back to it because we kind of did drift a bit, even though we were still on Chelsea Luton.
Yeah. Okay. To wrap it up, obviously, because I've been in a position. I haven't gone since I've been a teen till now. I haven't gone more than 3 seasons without a major piece of silverware. Like, so for me, when I'm seeing Chelsea build now, I'm not trying to see that again. I want to see improvement in what we're already doing.
Chelsea doing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, otherwise, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to be happy. I'm not going to be ungrateful. I'm not going to turn around and say if they can repeat what has been done before under the Abramovich era, I'm going to be upset. I mean, I'd be a madman to say that. Another 2 Champions Leagues, another 5 Premier Leagues. I mean, I'm a happy man regardless. 4 Premier Leagues and 10 Prems. Like, I'll be happy.
But you've got a long way to go.
Yeah. But my point is, I want to see them build on that.
Luton game.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Luton game.
What would you like to know about it?
What's your
What's
expectations?
your expectations? We know you're gonna hold the ball for a lot of the game. Is the question is if you can break the low block, because Luton will play with a low block.
Luton haven't been bad, you know.
Yeah, they haven't.
They actually haven't.
You
been
know
bad.
what I will say about opposition? You can't really just aimlessly call it holding the ball because we don't play sideways football. It's just that they're young. Like they need, like, I don't think with them it's a case of possession sideways. It's a case of these men are 19 to 22. Like they're still developing how to break down low blocks, and it will come. It will come with a number of things: chemistry, knowing each other's off the ball runs, knowing each other's runs in general, knowing how each other's play, each other's games, building relationships across different parts of the pitch between 2-3 players. That in itself, that understanding of each other's game and chemistry will allow teams to be pulled apart, because you're seeing certain people start to excel in the Chelsea squads, like Sterling the last 2 games, you know what I mean? Enzo had a good game against Liverpool, less so against West Ham in the second half. But I'm not worried about that. Like, for me, I see enough talent in the squad to see that when these guys are approaching 23, 24, and they've played together full seasons, they're going to be a very serious team. Like, irrespective of even if I don't see any more signings. For me, I think everybody saying what we need right now is with a viewpoint to see them competing right now. For me...
No, Chelsea won't compete right now. The only problem with Chelsea now is with the amount of money you spent, the pressure's there instantly. You've got your 2 midfielders in the middle are worth what, 250 million?
220.
220. That alone should say, listen, you got to be up there. Right?
No. I do think, listen, regardless what happens, top 4 has to be done, innit?
Yeah, 100%. That's.
I'm not
expectation. Really and truly, expectation should be a lot higher with the money you spend.
No,
top 4 is
it has to be done.
But there's no excuses not to make top 4.
I mean, literally, it has to be done. With the investment we've done, we've done a lot of selling and that, but we still need Champions League football to carry on the building process. Otherwise, if we stay out of Champions League for another 2 seasons, FFP will start.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Unless...
Let's go.
Sorry, mate.
No. Yeah.
It's a sweaty one.
His neck was bare sweaty, bro. It was a bare damp.
Yeah.
Carry on. Alright, give us a score prediction for your game against Luton.
I'm gonna go conservative. Now, you know what? I want to see them come out and 3-0 with Luton, man. Why am I making excuses for these, man? Yeah, bro. Come on, man. This is a 800 million pound assembled squad going to face Luton. 3-0 minimum. I'm not accepting nothing less from these, man.
I think I'll go 3-1.
Yeah. 2-1 or 1-0.
Nah, 1-0.
I say 3. Nah, I'll change my 2-1.
2-1 or 1-0.
Yeah. I don't, but then again, it's possible.
It depends on how they start.
Yeah.
If you don't score within the first 15 minutes, it'll be a 2-1 or a 1-0. Because they will frustrate you. They will frustrate you.
And don't underestimate that team as well.
Yeah, trust
These
me.
newly promoted teams have got something to play for.
Listen, if we play 4-2-3-1, you'll see why we were scoring 4-5 goals in pre-season for fun in a match.
Yeah, but we done told you pre-season don't mean nothing, bro.
All right. And I'll say it to you again when we go back to a 4-2-3-1 and you start seeing it yourself that pre-season, it wasn't about it meaning something.
But don't you question what your... Maybe it's going to come out wrong, but don't you question what your manager's doing if you got the whole of pre-season?
Nah, bro, I am questioning it.
And then the season starts and you go 3 at the back.
I am questioning it. And my only explanation is this. I remember them saying they were concerned with the lack of height in the team. Straight away we buy Delassie after Fofana gets injured. The only thing I see Delassie has above our other centre backs and a lot of our midfielders and forwards is the guy's a giant of a man. So I'm thinking
Antonio was bodying him.
He had a good debut, though.
He had a very good debut.
No, but Antonio bodies a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think if he gets used to Antonio, a few more games against him, he'll know how to
that Prem experience.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He didn't know how Antonio played. I'm not gonna be up on him for that. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, so you're going for 3-0, yeah?
I personally think Desailly's in this team, being forced in this team right now for height. And I've noticed the only thing I can think of against Liverpool and against West Ham, the only 2 things you guys have in common is that you guys are physically imposing against us, like from an aerial point. Yeah. So I'm thinking, if now we play the Lutons and the like Brightons and stuff, if I see us go back to a 4-2-3-1, and then I see against the bigger teams, like height-wise, we'll go back to a back three. That's the only thing it could be. He wants more height.
That stuff don't make no sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
Because you've got your philosophy. You don't change it for certain games.
For height.
You don't change your whole formation for certain games. Yeah.
For height, and if that's what you want, get height in a midfielder.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Go buy a specific midfielder just for them games that you.
Because apart from
more height.
Well, Colwell's got some height.
Havertz had height, but obviously we saw him in it.
How you say his name? He's got height. Thiago Silva's not got much height, but his reading of the game is just second to none. But that's probably about it, isn't it?
Yeah, literally. The rest of his team is not.
Jackson's he's not that tall, is he?
For a striker, he's not that tall.
So you're going with your 3-0 prediction, yeah?
Yeah, 3-0.
Alright, let's move on to Sunday's game. And that is the big one between Liverpool and Newcastle at the Tune, as they call it.
St James's Park.
Yeah, man.
They changed the name. Is it St James's Park now? Is it still St James's? It is, isn't it?
I swear it was
It was like the Sports
Direct Arena or something like that,
remember.
yeah, but they changed it back or something like that. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, the big plus is that McAllister's back. His red card got overturned.
Yep.
And you'll probably see Endo.
I think I'm looking forward to seeing the midfield with,
because we need Szoboszlai and McAllister to play in the 8. Because as good as McAllister is, when it comes to on the ball, he can play that 6 role. Off the ball, he's good, but end of the day, he's not a 6. So you rather play him in his best position, which will probably be on the right side. Because originally I thought he'll play on the left, Szoboszlai maybe on the right. But I think we'll see McAllister on the right, Szoboszlai on the left. Put Endo in the 6 with a lot more balance in our midfield. But this Newcastle team, they remind me a bit of the old Liverpool with the way he's trying to make his team, where you've got Trippier, Livramento on the right, you've got Lewis Hall on the side, you've got bombing down fullbacks, you've got physicality in them. See where Newcastle are going to be a big problem is that midfield 3. They'll physically mash up bare teams. Bruno, Tonali, Joe Linton. And as for me, what United should have done, I think the quickest way to rebuild a club is to get in the physical players. And that's exactly what Newcastle have done. I think that speeds up your process a lot quicker than anything. That midfield battle is going to be interesting. I think Thiago's back this week.
I was going to ask you about him. Yeah, when's he due for a return?
I think he's back this week.
You want me to double check for you?
You can do, but he's been in training. I think he's back this week. My biggest worry is that number 6 position and how quickly Endo can fit in. Because I think obviously when we first signed him, I said on the group, who the hell is this guy? Then I've done a bit of research, I watched him, I thought, you know what? He was actually a big player for Stuttgart.
He was a captain.
Yeah. He's a captain, captain of Japan, captain of Stuttgart.
I'm not going to lie, when I heard he played in Bundesliga, I was never worried for you, man.
Yeah, because
he's German league. You guys have a German manager. Like
he's made.
How can he mess that one up?
He made a massive difference. He was a big player for them.
I can
be interested to see how he adapts. And really and truly, we need him to adapt quick.
Klopp ain't gonna go to his league and just get anybody.
Yeah, true. But then again, our first options, you had Lavia, who's gone because we messed about with him. Caicedo, we put in a bid. I don't know why, because you're showing the world you got money now. But then after Caicedo went to Chelsea, you're going to put in, 15 million on Endo? Where's that rest of the money? Why didn't you go spend on another big player?
Stefan as well is back.
Stefan's back.
I agree with that though. Because I do not think there is another player on that market that you man really need right now that's worth 100 mil.
No, because he would have been worth the money.
You're getting quoted 80 million for Paulinho.
So I'll move away from that. 100%. I don't want him.
100%.
Doucouré, I feel like I would take Doucouré, but I feel like as fans we're becoming quite desperate for a 6 so much that we're rating anyone and everyone. Because against Arsenal, he wasn't the greatest.
Who
the other night, Doucouré, the Palace 6. He was their player of the year last year, so he won't even be going for cheap. But we've come to a time where we've become so desperate now. If we don't fix that position, then it's going to be a big problem for the rest of the season. And that's not the only position that we need to sort out.
I wouldn't be surprised if you cough out the 80 million for Paulinho though.
I don't want Paulinho. I think his game is quite limited and he's already reached his ceiling to a certain aspect. Whereas,
and it's not
like
it's
Endo was cheap, so it's not a Liverpool signing a 30-year-old.
It's a stopgap signing. I said
But
it in group chat.
I feel like it will
It
be
allows you to stay competitive
Yeah.
this season while they plan ahead, like
But
plan
on
for
top,
someone.
but he came in to play that Milner Henderson role. So if we go the full season just with him as our 6, it will be a big problem. We can't do that. But this Newcastle team, where like I said, it reminds me of the old Liverpool where you've got
Calvin Phillips long.
I would take it, but his injury record is another issue as well.
I said if it was
on
Calvin
top
Phillips.
on top of the injuries we get every season anyway.
I made a video about it. It was like a minute long. I'm pretty sure you might have seen it.
Yeah.
I said right position, wrong player on the pure fact of injury records. Barely played for City. He's rusty as hell. If it was the Leeds version of Calvin Phillips, when he just about left Leeds, I say yeah, go for it. Because he'll sink into style of play and everything, and with the high tempo and everything. But because of the pure fact that he went to City, basically sat on the bench for a year, gained a whole load of weight and kept on getting injured when he came back, I don't think it's a good move right now for Liverpool. They don't need someone that, he's young.
I mean, you know what helps
when
is
he'll go in, play one game, you'll realise how unfit he is, and then probably he'll pick up an injury in training.
Yeah, what makes a big difference is the fact that he's got that Premier League experience.
Yeah.
He's got that international football experience. He can come in and do the job for us. But I wouldn't want, if you're gonna get him, I don't want a loan. If you're gonna take a player of City, just take him.
How old is he?
26.
Yeah, so he's around his peak, reaching his peak years. But I don't know how concrete that interest is anyway. Going back to the game, that Newcastle team, is gonna cause big problems for a lot of teams this season.
Oh yeah,
They got Harvey Barnes, they got Isak, they've got Almiron, they've got Wilson.
Left back for no reason.
You just gave them. He's from Newcastle, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
He is, isn't it?
That's why Newcastle.
He's 27, sorry.
Who, Phillips?
Yeah.
Because Newcastle is his boyhood club.
Yeah, he is. So I think he's from there. I see that today.
Who?
Lewis Hall.
Yeah, he is.
He'll come good, and
He's good already, bro.
Yeah, he's good.
Bro, when I showed you his compilation from his crosses last season and him bombing up, I actually think this guy's got a better left foot than Chilwell.
Did you not think he's another waste of an academy product that you're letting go again?
No, not really.
But this is Chelsea, though,
Back
isn't
to you
it?
lot, yeah, fair enough. Back
Do you-
to you lot.
Do you know?
The one positive I get out of that is we beat them twice last season.
So
I think we're the only team.
I do think they're a different team to last season though.
They're a
I
lot
don't know if
different.
They are a lot different, but that still has like an aspect over it, innit?
What do you mean psychologically?
Yeah, there's like in football, there's always the psychological barriers in it.
And what I feel like is now that we've got a 6, it suits players like Robertson, because in this new inverted system, he's been a big problem for us. It doesn't help the fact that Klopp's been playing Gakpo left centre mid, that leaves him a bit more exposed. That's why I said buying Endo doesn't mean that we should just stop right there. We still need another 6. We still need another centre back. If we don't buy another centre back, you'll see throughout the season, Konate gets injuries.
We know this. Yeah.
Matip,
Can't stay fit either.
he can't stay fit enough. His time's done.
Joe Gomez.
Gomez,
Yeah, done.
I'll try my luck playing Gomez left centre back, if it means you want to play that Trent as the inverted. But this game, I don't know, man. I feel like a win would be amazing, and I feel like we need the win.
But I feel like a draw might be the best result for you.
A win will be the best result for us.
No, I mean, but realistically.
Realistically, I can see it going out for. I can see us drawing. But I'll take my chances and I'll go 3-1.
3-1.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Yourself?
Damn, I'm a bit more reserved. You know what?
Because this is the first game you see McAllister playing in the 8. Maybe, most likely.
I'm gonna give it to Newcastle.
1-0.
Whoa, wait. Who do you reckon start? Endo, yeah.
I think so. If he plays, it changes a lot of things for us.
Yeah, but I'm not entirely convinced he's gonna start.
If he doesn't start, then it might be a bit of a problem.
This is alright. Well, you know what? Because I can't guarantee my man's gonna start. I'm gonna give it with Newcastle.
Yeah, remember it's a prediction at the end of the day. Like, we don't know what's going on.
No, but
This is still 2 days earlier than the first game on Friday.
Newcastle are starting to fly, innit?
Yeah, no, 100%.
They're starting to fly, and I detailed some differences in the way that they played last season, even from a stylistic point of view and the way they set up.
Because they brought in players that improves them.
Yeah, like
Harvey Barnes.
You know what I like? You know what I like? Even Tonali. He's
you know what it is? A lot of Italian midfielders, well, Italians in general, when they come to the Prem, it never works out. Can you name it any Italian that's come to the Prem and it's worked out for them? Jorginho, maybe. That's one.
You know what though? Stylistically and build-wise, he reminds me more of a Prem player than a Series A player.
Yeah, because he looks like that physical monster that suits the Prem.
And then on top of that, he can just switch a ball 40-50 yards for fun. He's got a bit of goal.
And getting that goal first game of the season really boosted his confidence.
He's got a variety of finishes.
I've always
from what I've seen, that was a header. But from what I've seen as well,
his first goal
was it not a header?
No, it was a volley.
Oh yeah,
running into the box.
Yeah, he was running into the box. Last man running into the box.
Perfect time.
But he scored. I think he scored a header in one of his pre-season match. I watched him.
My biggest worry that game is Isak. You see that guy? I think he's gonna be a superstar. He's got all that. You know what? He's got all that. My biggest worry in that team is Isak, because that guy's got. If you see him have a full season fit, he's easily bagging 20-25 goals.
He did it for Royal Sociedad that one season before he got that move.
Like, last season he played 10-15 games and he got 10 goals, and that was
he got injured for blood.
Exactly, because he come in that Liverpool game, he scored on his debut, scored 2 but 1 was offside, and straight after that he got injured. He was out for about 2 months.
That first goal he murked Van Dijk.
Yeah, was it Van Dijk?
Yeah, it was the Van Dijk one. Whatever it was talking about, he dropped him in.
Oh no, he wasn't.
Cut in.
No. Van Dijk, that was a different. The one that Van Dijk fell. That wasn't Isak.
Swear he murked Van Dijk.
But he scored. And
that first goal,
he was doing damage to our defence.
I know for that first goal he murked one of your centre backs.
Yeah, he must have been, yeah. But what was I saying? Give it. If he's fit this full season, that guy's easily getting you 20-25 goals. Plus, you got Callum Wilson.
I'm trying to get him in my team for PL. Right now, I've got Alvarez instead.
He's expensive though compared to Alvarez. Alvarez is cheap.
It's like 0.2.
No. It's about 2.5 million or something.
No.
Yeah, watch.
It's not.
I need to get Rashford.
Trust me, because I switched it yesterday. There's not much of a price difference between them. Isak's like 7.8. Alvarez right now is 7.5. His price went up.
That makes sense.
His price went up. But yeah, 100% full season for Isak. You'll see what kind of a deadly baller he is and why Arsenal were actually eager to get him in that January period before he went to Newcastle. Like,
you got Harvey Barnes now, who's going to slot in perfectly. Midfield 3 is just, mate.
Aaron Gordon, the midfield 3 is dangerous.
Anthony Gordon, yeah.
I think it's a waste of money though.
Yeah.
Anthony Gordon?
Yeah.
I think he looks good for them.
I think his attitude is going to...
Yeah, his attitude is going to be the biggest...
I think he looks so good for them.
Yeah, but...
Because he's the only player, for me, in their squad, that is unrelenting work rate. The guy works his socks off.
Yeah, but that's why they got Harvey Barnes now.
Yeah,
but
he does it in a more advanced. You know what? I can't lie. You know what he reminds me of? You know what he reminds me of his role in that team? Reminds me of Mount's role in Chelsea's team, like 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, but he's an out-and-out winger though, isn't it? That's the
also, Mount was doing on the wing. He was doing on the middle as well. Literally, when I see the positions they take up on the pitch and where they drive through their runs.
Also,
but his game time will be limited because of Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes is much better.
Aaron Gordon, he's also he's very easy to get another player that's the type head loss will come quick.
Yeah, you can make him lose his head just like that. He's still young. He's still got a lot to learn.
When he does, he picks up the bookings and stuff. You already saw it in like the first 2
games.
You
saw it last season.
No, you saw it in the game for City.
He
started getting frustrated in the game for City at a point. He ended up getting booked and they had to sub him off because he was risking of a red card, bro.
I'm talking about purely this season. I'm not judging him off any prior seasons. Giving him a fresh slate. I think from the 2 games I've seen him in this season,
he's been decent. He's been decent.
Harvey Barnes looked better though. I can't lie.
Harvey Barnes gonna be.
Harvey Barnes.
They signed him for a reason, bro, and that was a great signing.
Now I want to tell you, like what I really like about Newcastle. You know, this season I feel like from what I've seen from them, they have like 3 different playing styles.
Yeah.
Like
They can adapt quick.
they can ball, yeah, when they need to ball on the ball, which not a lot of clubs can do, by the way. And even top 6 clubs, not a lot of top 6 clubs can ball on the ball. Like they can sit deep and counter. They're strong. They good aerially. Like they are one of the most complete teams in the league for me
They got
personally.
physical monsters.
Yeah.
Like they can do it whichever way you want to do it. Like if you want to cook the ball, they cook the ball. If they want to do it with set pieces and make it more physical and aerial, they can do that. And it so
I think they're the one team this season.
I don't know how
it's going to be very, very difficult for every single team in the Premier to go take
100%.
points off them at St James's Park.
because
they
can,
won't lose more than 2 games at St James's Park.
Yeah. Do you?
The first one will come this weekend, but after that they might not lose a single game.
So what's your prediction for the game? 3-1.
3-1, yeah.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Newcastle.
You think we're going to score?
Obviously,
I think this thing-
I think you guys behind. Yeah, no, you know.
I think this
think
game-
you guys have the best forwards in the
I,
league.
th- I think this game Nunes scores.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Even if he don't start, I think he scores this
It's the
game.
type of game that he needs because with the chances that you're going to get against Newcastle, you're going to need someone who's just going to finish out instinct, and that's
Yeah.
what Nunes is.
And he done it last year.
Yeah.
Last season.
100%. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to go for the most realistic draw that I think is possible, and I'm going to go for a draw. 1-1 or a late 2-2.
There might be another late winner in this one.
So that's what I'm going to go for. But since that, let's quickly just run through what we predict that could happen for the rest of the weekend. Saturday's early kickoff is Bournemouth versus Tottenham away.
I think Spurs win that.
Yeah.
Actually, saying that,
Bournemouth
Bournemouth
is
is good
good.
against us. But
I thought
I'm liking this Tottenham team and this setup.
Yeah, I thought they look good against Man United.
I think this new manager,
I'm going to go
he's,
2-1.
he's come in and...
They do, but they still give away a lot of chances.
No, they do, of course
United
they do.
had a lot of clear-cut
Yeah,
chances. They buried them. That game could have been different.
That first half was kind of a game of two hearts because United had the better chances.
Are Bournemouth as clinical as United or as good going forward as United? They're not. So
Yeah, but are United clinical though?
Right
Because
now,
they're
they're
really
not.
not. I think they've had the second most chances in the league this year.
Third.
If United don't score this weekend,
Clear
Varane
cut
going to
time.
win goal of the month with the only goal for them.
well,
United's biggest problem is they're not clinical. But
They
I
create
thought
chances.
last season they were very clinical.
In certain games, yeah, but not all the time.
what United are good at, and I've seen it last season, yeah, but it's only in home games, is the fact that they'll still wins. They'll get that one goal. That whole game can go 0-0. They could be getting dominated.
get
Other
to
team
United
can
in a
get all
minute.
the chances, yeah.
Let's just go through the rest of
Spurs.
it, just because United and them. So Spurs versus Bournemouth.
Spurs.
At Bournemouth.
Spurs.
They ain't got a number 9 though.
What
But-
do they do? But he's dead.
Yeah, he's rubbish. That left back is good though.
Mm.
Udogi? He's
He's very good.
I don't know.
That
much
guy,
about
watch
the
him.
Bournemouth team.
Basuma as well is coming back. No, he's Tottenham.
Bissouma is back. He's finally getting his chance. You can see a
It
proper
proves
system.
that you can't judge a player from one season.
No, 100%.
Because
And Bissouma is very unfortunate not to get because he should easily have been in that Spurs team.
if
last
Conte
season.
was still manager now, you could say easily Basuma's getting sold. And
Yeah.
I know for a fact United.
Because
and
he
Liverpool don't
loved
think
Højbjerg, and Højbjerg is the one player they kept playing over and over and over again last season when he should have been dropped. But now they've got a manager. Him and what was it, Sarr, they were really good against United. You got Maddison who's been freed up. He's getting all the license to do what he wants. Son needs to still step it up. He's the captain now. Kulusevski needs to step it up.
to return.
Kane's gone, so Richarlison's got a big weight on his shoulders, which I don't think he's gonna.
He's gonna fumble that.
Yeah,
bag.
he's gonna fumble it. But I'm liking from what I've seen so far. I like what I see from Tottenham, and I do like their manager. I think he's perfectly suited for their team.
I'm not surprised. He's never won. He's never lost his first opening league game at home in his entire managerial career, and that's everywhere he's gone. So what he did against United didn't really surprise me. Some managers.
Yeah, and then again, it's United against the top 8, top 9 away from home. The record's never been good. What is it? 10 games now, no wins.
in the last year. No, but prior to that, Spurs didn't beat United until their first season at their new stadium.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was good.
This was their first win at the
That was
new
their
stadium,
first,
isn't it?
yeah. Like United have
I'm
a great
saying
record against them.
under
Yeah.
this Ten Hag era, I'll go what? Spurs Bournemouth 3-1 as well.
Okay, yeah, 3-1.
See,
Spurs.
2-1. Backline ain't exactly convincing.
Yeah.
and without Kane, you still need to see where the rest of the goals are going to come. So, and plus, Bournemouth are no slouch.
No, you saw against Liverpool.
Then we'll start with the first 3 o'clock kick-off. Brentford versus Crystal Palace. It's a good game, I can't lie.
That's going to be a good game.
Palace.
And Bournemouth's been looking good
It's at Bournemouth.
since Tony's been banned.
Can't wait for him to come back.
Yeah,
2-1 Palace.
He's a Liverpool fan.
yeah, no, he loves Arsenal.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It does, because really and truly, Arsenal have always played. Played the best football in the league.
But
yeah, like you can't not like the way Arsenal play football.
nah, I never said that. But as a Liverpool fan, then saying like it's like me saying I like watching City ball.
No, but it's just
Or
you
like
can.
that. No, I hear
you
what
can,
you're
you can
saying.
enjoy a team play.
It's
the way
different
they
when
play
you're
football.
professional, innit? I can't lie. It's a lot
Actually
more
saying
different.
that though, I don't. The first 2 games of them this season, I haven't really seen that football yet.
Who?
Arsenal.
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
but
it.
it's
don't
a bit
forget,
different.
Arsenal.
They're still
moved-
adapting though.
They moved a lot of pieces of the jigsaw in their team.
I thought they just
still
started
changing-
last
they're changing
season
a
a
lot.
lot stronger.
So
Just
give-
on the ball.
Yeah,
I've
they
seen
look
from
better, but give them a
better.
few more games. I think they'll get it clicking. But yeah, Brentford, Crystal Palace.
I don't know.
2-2.
I think for as long as Havertz and Declan are in that team, I don't think it's going to happen.
You can't make a judgment like that, so you're just gonna have to wait and see.
Nah, that's what I'm
versus
saying. You're
Crystal
telling me to
Palace.
wait and see, and I'm saying I don't think it's going to happen.
Wait and see. Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace. Give me your prediction. Brentford,
2-1,
Brentford. I need to
2-1 Palace.
2-1 Palace. I wouldn't be surprised this one ends as a draw, but I'm gonna go
Palace looked really good against Arsenal in the week. I think they were unlucky not to.
2-1 Brentford on the pure fact that is at Brentford's home ground as well. Our following game after that is Arsenal versus Fulham. Was the same time kickoff at the Emirates.
3-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, I'll go 3-1 again.
I'm gonna go 3-0.
Against Fulham.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going 2-0. Sorry, I'll change it. Mitrovic is gone now.
Yeah, Mitrovic. They lost a couple more,
Mitrovic left for
Yeah,
Saudi.
yeah.
Even though he hasn't been playing.
but still, it makes an
I'm still
impact.
going to leave it 3-1, man.
3-1 Arsenal.
I'll go 2-0.
I'm gonna go 3-0 Arsenal.
Arsenal kept 2 clean sheets so far this season. Have they conceded?
No, they conceded first game of Nottingham Forest.
Oh yeah.
It went 2-1. After that is Man United versus Nottingham Forest at Old Trafford.
You've got a couple of players out now. Mount's out until after international break.
Yeah.
Which I think might help you guys,
Yeah,
to be
it
fair.
doesn't make much of a difference. Go back to the old system a bit.
Yeah.
Martial's back, fully fit, but I think he might. I think by the time the game happens, I think United might have accepted the offer from Saudi for him because he's got an offer there.
Who?
From Saudi Arabia.
Who?
I'm not sure which team it is.
Which player?
Martial.
Oh.
Listen,
Højlund.
Manchester United's biggest problem now, yeah,
Højlund's back in their squad.
is I've seen managers come in and you can see if I ask you this question now, yeah, what's United's style of play?
I can't give you one.
You can't give it, and it's been a year now, just over a year now. Ten Hag.
At the end of last season, I could have.
Yeah,
But right now, because
overall,
of the adding
I
of
don't-
Mount and all of that,
Yeah.
I can't give you
like his
What was it last
signings
season?
this
Huh?
year.
For me,
So-
they were
so-
still counter-attacking.
No.
this season.
Yeah, because I don't see much difference.
At the beginning of last season,
realistically,
they were counter-attacking. They went through a period of phase where you could see what Ten Hag was trying to do and
Which is what?
get them to be possession dominant.
I've
Yeah.
never seen them play.
Well, to be
possession
fair, I
dominant.
very much highly doubt that you actually watched United as much as you make out you watched United last season, so allow it.
I watch United games, bro.
You did not watch their 3 o'clock kickoffs, I can guarantee you that, because they weren't on TV.
Probably not, but I've watched them as much as I could.
I've watched basically enough every game. There were games where they think, and you can see he tried to do it at the beginning of the season, but that team isn't, the way it's set out with the personnel that they've got, it's not possession dominant. It's not, especially with the way Bruno and Mount push up bears. Bruno dropped
that's
the
why I feel like there's a lot of questions.
When he set them up for the position, what did you notice in the squad?
In what aspect?
Like, what made you feel like he set them up to be possession dominant?
It's always been Ten Hag's type of style of play, bro.
What you've seen from Ten Hag in
It's
the
always
past,
his style.
I don't think you've seen it at all. Well, you might have seen glimpses.
You've seen glimpses,
But you
that's what
haven't
I'm saying
seen-
to you.
but
there was moments
a big
in last
what-
season where you could see what
Yeah,
was trying to
but a
happen.
big worry.
Remember, it's not just personnel when you're setting up a team for possession. Like you can still use those profile of players and at least see some sort of semblance that he's setting up the team to
Because
be
I
possession-oriented.
see that Spurs manager come in from the first game. I can see his style of play. Yeah, the Wolves manager from the first game I can see his style of play. This is the Southampton one coming, isn't it? Into Wolves. Wolves have changed the way they play completely. They're completely different now.
They're
With
playing well.
with Ten Hag, I think it's a bit worrying because all bias and hate aside, yeah, till this day, I don't know what he wants to do with that team. And his talent ID is a bit shaky. Because you went and bought Mount, knowing you've got a Bruno Fernandes. And you need a player that can play alongside Casemiro. And I've told you this earlier.
No, we both agreed on it.
That you need someone, because first of all, Casemiro...
I think he believes that Mount can do it. I don't think Mount can do it.
Yeah, but you shouldn't go and get a player thinking he can do it. Because then you're taking away his best traits.
It also falls on the pure fact that United don't have a proper director of football, and this is why United need a proper
Yeah,
director
but at the end of the day,
some managers
Ten Hag wanted Mount. There's nothing wrong with wanting Mount, but sort out the priorities first. Get someone next to Casemiro, and what his biggest problem is now, yeah, is you got Rashford and Bruno Fernandes, yeah, probably your two biggest players in that team, and you're always changing their positions so that the rest of the team can adapt. Where their position should be fixed and they should work around them. You're seeing Bruno play here, there, and everywhere. Rashford is not a striker who'll never ever be a striker. Keep that left wing.
Rashford has to fill in there for now. Who else is going to fill in there for now?
Well, play, but then it's not working though, and it's never gonna work.
Because they're not giving him what he wants though. Like people are saying, oh yeah, he bought Højlund. But Højlund wasn't the only person he wanted this summer. He wanted two strikers.
Yeah,
it's openly known, innit?
I hear that. But you've seen it even last season though. Keep your best players in their position.
Can I ask you,
don't
how is
twist
the
and
two
change.
strikers gonna give bring together his idea of football? Like, was he gonna start both of them together?
No.
So then why?
So his original one was Harry Kane. His number one striker target was Harry Kane, and Højlund.
So what you're saying is Højlund.
He was meant to come in and learn of Harry. Højlund was meant to be.
But they're two different profile of strikers.
This is what you're not getting from now. You're just jumping me. Højlund was meant to be a player for not right now, but for the next not even 2 years.
But you shouldn't.
3 years and onwards.
So you think you can coach Højlund to be Harry Kane?
Not Harry Kane.
What did you say?
No, he wanted Harry Kane.
Okay.
But doesn't mean he wanted Højlund to replicate what Harry Kane does.
I thought that's what you said. I thought you said come in and understudy him until you...
not understudy him, but learn a bit because Højlund...
Oh, what, like striking technique and stuff like that? I thought you meant stylistically.
No. Stylistically, they're a lot different.
Raw materials,
they're a lot different, innit? So it wasn't just, he wanted to get Højlund. He wanted to get Kane and Højlund. Then he wanted to go get Amrabat. But the issue is now with Man United, they're going to say to him, listen, you can't get anyone else.
But you know what I don't even understand about that? You know what I don't even understand about that?
Yeah, but that's why I say,
we all accept Harry Kane's probably got 3 more seasons. By the time he's 34, 35, this is it's done. He's not going to be put in the top 6 anymore. So, and Højlund's what, 20, innit? So by the time...
you signed Kane on a 3-year deal.
Yeah,
Højlund
will be like 23, 24.
Yeah, he will no longer be of that youth aspect.
I understand.
He's in that middle period.
But my thing is, if you get the team used to playing with Harry Kane for 4 years and to how Harry Kane plays and stylistically suit into Harry Kane, you have to then change it completely for Højlund 3 years later.
It wouldn't be an exact complete change, bro. Because remember, within Harry Kane's
one is
first
in behind and one is a complete striker.
Højlund's not in behind.
He's in behind.
He's not in behind, and you just proved again you didn't watch Højlund at Atalanta.
So you think Højlund?
He's not, because I watched a whole breakdown video from the Athletic on how Højlund's a hold-up player.
Do you think he's a hold-up striker? Because I don't think he's a hold-up striker.
Not in the Prem.
I definitely don't think he's
not right now in the Prem.
He's definitely an in-behind striker.
What he's done in Atlanta, is different. But he won't come into the Prem right now and be that hold-up player striker.
I think his best trait is pace. That's what I'm confused as. Why would you want to change him to be anything else than what he's best suited for? His pace. He's an in-behind striker.
And your manager's got his favourites, yeah? And I know I bang on about this guy, but I have to again. Your right winger, Anthony. Well, I don't think I've got any more words to describe how poor he is. Yes, he can do the defensive side, this and that. But when it comes to beating a man, taking on a man... I don't see it, and I don't think we will see it, because I don't know what it is with him, but he hasn't really shown much since he's come in to show that he should be that nailed on right winger.
What's the situation
for
with
United?
Sancho?
And what other right winger that nailed on right now that can come and start? Ahmad out, injured.
What's happening with Sancho?
Give Sancho a go there. Or give Sancho a go in the false line.
That's the thing though. Sancho is too inconsistent now. It's the same. But
that's the same with Anthony though. Anthony scored 3 goals in his first 3 games for United in the Prem, and after that, till this day, he scored probably 1 in the Prem after that. He's been inconsistent. He's been more inconsistent than the rest of them. But all he does is he can track back a bit, and that's it.
Yeah, but this is the argument.
And then you're going back to that.
So you need a
as
right
much
winger.
as I like Luke Shaw as well, yeah.
He
Luke
needs to go.
Shaw,
I've done
he
so
goes
good.
around in
He needs to
cycles
go.
where
He needs
he'll
to go.
perform.
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw performs for a while. He gets
to go for like 3-4 seasons.
he gets his contract and then he goes back to normal again.
Yeah. I agree with Luke Shaw needs to go. I've done said Luke Shaw needs to go. I've been saying it.
I'm surprised he made it at United for this long.
Well, he's coming up to 10 years.
That's what, bro. From the
He
time,
spent 2 years out. It's 2 years out.
from the very first time my man got overweight, I was so shocked. My man got another contract extension. I think
because all he has to do is perform for a good few months and then that contract extension is there just like that. And that's exactly what happened last season. He got his contract extension last season again, innit? But who you playing? Forest. No Mount might be a blessing in disguise for you guys because then you can actually have some sort of support for Casemiro in the middle.
Højlund back in the squad.
He'll be back in the squad.
Højlund,
You need to
Højlund the
be
striker.
you need to start taking your chances, or it's going to be a long. I feel like you've regressed from last season. No, I know it's only 2 games in, but from what I've seen,
You need to remember, United starts off slow as well.
yeah, it's true.
I'll be honest with you, like the way everybody's panicking, I'm really not.
No, you shouldn't.
I'm really not.
After 2 games, you should never panic.
I'm really not. I watched them get peppered worse last season, in the beginning of the season, and even prior to that, get peppered after that Newcastle win that United had the season prior to it. Were getting peppered, and even prior to that, they were still starting off slow. So United, the last time United started fast in a campaign was Mourinho's second season. So them starting off slow, sluggish, all of that. Can't lie, don't really affect me.
My biggest worry about United is I still can't see our identity. And it's a bit worrying because you're already over a year into his
No,
second
you
season.
can see he wants to play out from the back and be a position, but I'll be real, he don't have the personnel for it. He don't. You can see what he wants to do.
You see what Jamie Carragher said about Casemiro,
like the goalkeeper, Varane and Martinez just understand that they do what he tells him. Well, Martinez wanted Varane.
Only Martinez.
Yeah. Then the
the
fullback,
ball, yeah.
he doesn't have the inverted one. Well, he does Dalot, but he's not really playing him as much until Dalot re-picks up his form of fitness again. So until then, you're gonna have to play with your natural back.
Even Casemiro, when it comes to on the ball, some of the passes you see, it's just laziness, man. It's just lazy passes. You just give it away, and
but there's, at the same time, there's also like a 15
yard
gap between him and the next person he has to pass to down the line.
Yeah, I know,
And
but
that's
you
one of
see
the
where
problems
Jamie
as well.
Carragher come out and was speaking about him. A lot of people wouldn't like to hear what he said, but I think he just spoke facts
About who? Tenor?
about Casemiro.
About Casemiro.
Yeah,
What did he
because
say?
you spent 70 million on him, and he was comparing it to the Declan Rice and Caicedo, where Caicedo and Declan Rice are more value for money because of their age and what they're going to give you for how many years. Whereas Casemiro's coming for 70 million at the age of what, 30 something?
Yeah, but this is another thing is that they're taking out on Casemiro when it was a board mistake because the board overpaid for him.
Yeah, but that's...
And it's hence why Madrid actually let go of him because Madrid said it. We're not going to get stupid money like this again for him, so we might as well accept it. So really and truly, you can't really put the blame on the price tag on Casemiro.
I think they've done that
because with the price tag that he came in with, he still made a massive impact on Man United last season.
Which is why they paid.
Yeah, but I think that massive
That's exactly
impact.
what I
I
was
think
gonna
that
say.
massive impact
But
came in the first half of the season. Second half of the season, you can see he was slowly getting found out. And if you don't sign another centre mid now, he'll get found out even more because he's gonna get.
Yeah, I know.
He's
He needs
older,
someone. He needs
he's
someone
getting
alongside
older
him.
and
We said
slower,
this.
and the league is just gonna get quicker for him. And he needs to take a lot more responsibility on himself because even in that Spurs game, when you're the holding midfielder, why are you bombing forward and trying to press their holding mid or their centre back, this and that? You need to take more responsibility in bringing the two in front of you back and position them well. Because you can't tell me for the whole game now, yeah? To be Mount does it well. Mount does the tracking back. But when it comes to the gaps, it's too big. But that's up to him to have a go at them and get them back. And that's not up to him. On the pitch, you got to take some responsibility, but then it's more down to the manager because maybe that's what the manager's telling him to do. Not him, but the other two in front of him. Because playing 2 8s, it's not even 2 8s though, really and truly. It's 2 10s and a 6. And that will never ever work. So until he fixes that, it could be a long, long season. Unless that Colby Mainu, he looked good in pre-season.
He was meant to be.
I only watched one game against Arsenal and then he got injured.
He was meant to be. He was meant to be in the squad for like all of this.
Yeah, but then injury messed him up. But from that game I saw against Arsenal, he looks like a decent prospect.
Because he can help out Casemiro within the position, and they, you know what, yeah,
and he's comfortable.
They worked together as well very well when they were playing together in the pre-season game. But again, pre-season is pre-season. I'm not gonna make a judgment of pre-season, but give me a score prediction, because I can't lie, you lot have spent a solid 10 minutes on Man United.
Are you playing for us at home?
Yes, for like the third time.
You'll win it because it's at home.
I still have a question.
2-0.
What?
I think you keep a clean sheet as well. 2-0.
Ideally, who would you like to see brought in?
What now?
Yeah.
Right now, they're gonna have to just find one more midfielder until January. I'll be real.
Because so what are you saying? Complete squad overhaul when they get the chance?
In January, it won't be a complete squad overhaul.
No. When you get the chance.
Oh, when the full
you,
summer of
would you overhaul the whole thing?
Yeah, a lot of players I'll get rid of. I'll get rid of majority of the fullbacks. The only ones I'll probably keep is probably Dallo.
So
I'll get rid of Luke Shaw.
Like Chelsea, like 12 players.
I'll get rid of Dallo. I mean, not rid of that. I'll probably maybe keep Wan-Bissaka on the pure fact he's defensive, and this season in particular, and since he's come back, he's doing well. I haven't seen much of Malacia. I'll be real with you.
Yeah, he's I can't even swear on this, but he's poor. I don't think he's that good.
So
he's worth that 12 million you paid.
I will change the whole left back situation.
So the only defender you're keeping is Wan-Bissaka
and Dallo. Well, Dallo and Wan-Bissaka.
I think you need to go get a right back, because then you're just stuck with them two for how many years you've already had them. I think it's just you need a refresh.
You need to remember Dallo spent a lot of years out on loan under different managers. He only got his proper breakthrough loss was last season, bro. And Dallo's what, 20? 21?
Yeah, go on.
He's still that young?
Yeah, bro.
So from
do you know what time? Do you know how old Mourinho signed him? Mourinho signed him at around 18.
Is Dallo actually 21?
21, 22.
And from midfield, who are you keeping?
I'd keep Casemiro on the pure fact of his experience. 24, sorry. 24. I'll keep Casemiro on the pure fact of his experience, and United don't have DMs anyway. United have no DMs. If you take him out of the way, they're back to that situation with no DM.
At least you've got a DM.
Exactly. So
Endo.
You'd keep him. I'll be honest with you. Even with his age, you wouldn't really say no to his experience and whatnot. Because if you get a proper DM, you can pick Casemiro's game time properly for games that you know he would be very important for. I'll be honest with you.
I would even have Casemiro at Chelsea.
I never liked the Mount signing, and you all know this.
So you wouldn't keep Mount? That's
it's the Mount signing. It's just one that made no sense.
Yeah, I'd keep Bruno for another 2 seasons max.
Yeah, he's
so majority of the midfield will go.
If you're only keeping him for 2 seasons, you might as well get rid of him. Man, would be so real.
No.
It's just his output is there.
His output is too good to just get rid of all of a sudden, innit?
So far, the midfielders you'd keep is Casemiro,
and Bruno.
I'll keep Casemiro as a squad
and yeah, that's what I mean. Get a proper DM, a younger DM, not a proper DM. I'll keep Kobe Menu as well.
Who's that?
The youngster that's coming through that came through the academy. He plays DM and CM, cool. But he only came up into the picture like this season for everyone to know him. And
I'll get rid of the whole front line apart from Rashford.
Yeah,
and obviously you just got Højlund, so Højlund stays.
I'll keep Højlund, Rashford, Garnacho.
Yeah, I don't mind Garnacho. Garnacho's a decent player.
Yeah, again,
I think he's an off the bench player.
You think?
Yeah.
I think
he's
too young.
18 right now, so
bro, that's a bit harsh.
You're jumping too quick on his
You just graduated from the academy.
Legit, like you're
just forecasted his whole career.
Trust me, he's not 25 or 26.
You come back
to
this video in 3 years.
Okay. Agree with me. Okay.
I know Abs is going to definitely record.
No, it's fine because do you know how many times I've heard this nonsense? We'll come back to this video. Every time I've gone back to this video, it's the person who said it looks the silliest.
I personally like Garnacho anyway. Like I think
I would keep Ahmed Diallo.
Yeah.
And I would keep Palestri.
I think he's going now.
On loan. Premier League loan though. Sheffield United.
So give him a chance to Anthony.
And
I'll sack off Ferran.
On the pure basis of I like them and his bias, I would give Anthony and Sancho one more year.
What?
Yeah, man. But you can't really take that opinion properly on the pure fact that I said to you. It's biased on the pure fact that I like them.
But you know, them two being on the wage bill blocks you, man, bringing in a new right winger, though, innit?
Sancho's a lot of money as well.
Like,
I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's Man United at the end of the day. The wage bill never really affected them.
No, but it's 21st century football.
No, but you say that, but I think we've had the biggest wage bill last season. And we didn't even pay big money like that.
Wage bill does not affect United, bro.
What, more than City's?
I think so.
What, with Haaland on 700 bags a week?
Yeah, but Haaland on the books
But
isn't
on the
on
books,
700.
700 bags.
Is he not?
No, on
course
the
not.
books he's on like 4 something.
I'm dead. Them guys are crooks, bro.
Off the books he's on 700 bags. On the books he's on 400 and something, bro. That's why wage bills don't mean nothing. Because your wage bill can look inflated on paper, but really and truly it could be 10 times more inflated outside of paper, bro. Trust me.
But don't forget, at the end of the day, ultimately, FFP works like that. I always say people need to remember how FFP works.
No, we know how
You
FFP
cannot
works. Like,
spend more
we've
than
covered
you
it like
make.
6
That's
times.
exactly it.
We've covered it 6 times.
Yeah, but look,
and also some
but
teams.
United make ridiculous money, don't it?
No, but
Every single year.
my point is, let's say they're not going for a 50 million right winger. Let's just say they have the opportunity to sign.
Alright, boys, I can't lie. We're also drifting off way too much. Can we please just finish off these predictions?
Alright,
Yes, a 2-0.
2-0.
2-0 United.
same 2-0 United.
Same. Everton Wolves.
Who's at home? Everton.
I'm still giving it to Wolves.
2-1 Wolves.
Yeah.
Brighton versus West Ham.
4-1.
At Brighton.
4-1 Brighton.
Ooh.
Bro, this Brighton team's crazy, bruv.
Yeah.
They've been banging in goals.
West Ham defended the way they did
2-1 Brighton.
Yeah, but they ain't
2-1
come on.
Brighton.
The football Brighton play,
It's
and
different.
they've been finishing their chances. It's crazy.
What's his name?
Mitoma. See that
Yeah.
goal?
Sheffield United versus Man
Mad.
City.
Sheffield
But he
at
won't
home.
get that space against West Ham though.
No, Pep.
Yeah, back surgery.
5-0 City.
Against who? Who did they play?
Sheffield United.
Sheffield United away. And then Burnley versus Aston Villa. That's the kickoff on Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon.
Burnley at home.
Yeah.
They ain't won a game yet, have they?
No.
Who did they play last week?
I'll check for you right now. Burnley were meant to play Luton.
Oh, they got called off
Yeah.
because Luton can't play at home.
Yeah. It's technically Luton have already got a game in hand with everyone, so does Burnley.
I'm going. Well, Villa should win that, but I might go for. I'm going for 2-2.
Villa looks really good on the weekend. Like really good on the weekend.
They made some good signings.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was always saying Villa over Burnley. Anyway, it was never debatable.
But Burnley play good football.
Not debatable, but I still
Sorry.
think Villa edge it.
2-1 Villa.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying Burnley play good football.
I'll go 2-1 Villa.
2-1 Villa.
I'm gonna go for a
I,
draw.
that's why I said it from the jump.
I'm gonna say 2-2, but
I'm
I'll
gonna
go
go
for
for a draw on the pure fact that this time I picked up a win and they're desperate for points. Well, not desperate for points, but are in need of points.
West Ham.
No, Burnley.
Oh.
So that's what I'm saying. That. But with that being said, anything else you don't want to add?
If Thiago stays fit for the rest of the season, Liverpool win the league.
Oh, we're doing that again. We're doing that again. Say no more.
But that's on the pure basis that Thiago stays fit, which we all know ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, might
Anything
even
else
do
you
the
wanna
quad,
add?
to be fair.
No, I mean,
That's my hot take.
I'm just waiting for Poch to actually go and play his actual system.
4-2-3-1.
Yeah, like he was doing it perfectly fine. I just want him
We'll
to
see
go
if it
for
comes
the
out
system.
against Luton, innit? You never
It
know.
should, if it doesn't
It
come
should,
out against
it should.
Luton and he plays
If
the back
he,
three
no,
against-
if he doesn't, I can't
he,
like
needs,
bullshit.
he needs a smack.
Yeah,
If he plays better back against Luton, he needs a
you all
smack.
need to start questioning one
Yeah.
or two things if he doesn't and be like,
Bro,
what's
I
the
mean,
reason?
He will do.
I think you will see the formation against Luton because I think he'll try and stretch and destroy Luton as much as he could. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the this episode of The Garage. It's just our idea of what's going to happen over the weekend and a few thoughts on some of the teams. I will be actually back tomorrow with Murky to speak to him about Man United, as I've got Greenwood news, as I've got United takeover news, and so on.
Did you see
even have
Steven
something.
Gerrard's Instagram?
Yeah, fake news. Yeah.
What did you do?
Because he was linked with a Saudi move with Mason
I think
Greenwood.
Daily Mail.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. See that.
Yeah, so he said fake news.
But yeah, no, my thing is definitely I want to see him do a 4-3-2-1 on the weekend for sure.
Why is Sky Cover coming out and saying that Blazers don't want to sell now? There's some members.
It's fake.
He's
Please.
like a spokesperson for these man. as well.
Please. He chats the most waffle out of all of them. He really does, and he's actually jarring, bro. I remember when he tried to
talks like he knows his.
Yeah. I remember when he tried to diss Tomiyasu and said nobody knows where he plays, nobody knows where he
plays.
Yeah.
He looked like
and he looks like an absolute schmuck now. So Kiev, you can go have a Kiev salad or whatever the food that's related to your flipping name, you schmuck.
Chicken Kiev.
Yeah. You can go have a chicken Kiev, the yellow.
You know what that is? It's one of the worst things you can.
Yeah, bro. It'll stain his face, teeth, and everything.
It's
bro.
chicken, yeah, like
bare sweet with like
it's like filleted. No, not filleted. Like imagine you get dough, yeah. You wrap it around chicken, powdery flour, and then you put it in the oven or deep fry it. That's all it is, bro.
No seasoning.
No, there is a bit of seasoning. Sometimes they put like
English,
they put garlic butter in the middle of it. This is it. they put garlic butter in the middle of it. This is what chicken Kiev is.
Yeah, bro. It's meaty.
It's not the baddest thing.
It looks nice, but
bro, it is meaty.
You need the right person to make
seriously, bro, I can't imagine that dish being.
But on that note,
yeah. On that note, chicken Kiev, go eat some chicken. You schmuck. About it like you know something, silly boy. But for me and the man of deuces, innit? It's been a pleasure as always. Yeah. Love, guys.
Have a good weekend, guys. Enjoy Carnival.
It's raining, isn't it?
Is it?